Hi, my name is Lexi Pollard. I'm a professional volleyball player over in Europe, and my team is VC Nivette in Germany that I'm heading to in a few days. I actually came back from I was over still in Europe for my first professional season, and I was looking for a place to train for my off season. And I actually just ended up Googling, gyms in the GTA, and LPS was the first one that came up, and I did my research and watched a bunch of their testimonials, and I actually loved what their core values were. I thought they really set well with kind of the way that I like to train and I like to, practice. So came here, and the rest is history. I loved it ever since. Before, I was training at my university, and the way that it was programmed, I was, doing smaller movements, specifically focusing on, say, power cleaning and box squats, and it really limited my movements. I found on the court and certain things, I was a little bit tighter in areas that I think I definitely shouldn't have been, and that versus coming here, it's just becoming way more fluent, and my flexibility is another thing that came very, very fast whenever I started training at LPS, and that's one thing that I've always wanted to improve, and that kind of came naturally with the program here, and that's one thing that I think is going to be really beneficial for the longevity of my season. I'm training for 9 months, so flexibility is a must for me. And my experience at LPS, I've been here for about 4 months now, and I've absolutely loved it. The biggest difference that I've found coming here versus other places where full range of motion, that's the one thing that they stress all the time, is you're always performing and moving to full range of motion and lifting heavy all day, every day almost, in a way. And that is probably one of the biggest things I found I've benefited from, and I'm coming out the strongest I've ever been in my 22 years, I think. And I've only been here for a short period of time, so I think what I've done here over the past 4 months and the way that my program has been structured, it's setting me up to really go overseas and dominate, really. The atmosphere inside LPS is probably something I've personally never experienced before, and I absolutely love it. Dominate to me is, I just think mental. As soon as I hear the word dominate, it's not a lot of people you can come in and do what these people in here do every single day. So being able to come in, dominate your mind, and dominate your lift for the day, whatever you're doing, like that's everything. So some of the results I've seen so far, I actually had surgery probably about 7 years ago on my knee. And so I've always just been rehabbing it, taking care of it. And whenever I started training here, breaking down that scar tissue is something that I kind of have to do on the daily. And so always training to full range of motion and putting that tension and that pressure under that really helped with strengthening my knee as a whole, and definitely just increasing my vertical. That's one thing volleyball players especially that everybody wants to do. They want to get faster, they want to increase their vertical to get the next level, and that's something that I did in a really short period of time here, and it went up a very good amount in a small amount of time, so I was really happy with it. I've always loved volleyball ever since I've been 11 years old, and I've kind of just, every time I've hit a goal of mine, I've always just looked to what's next. Like, I grew up in a small town near Barrie, and I started in a really small club, and then whenever I decided I wanted to go play post-secondary, found a bigger club, and then I went to go play post-secondary, and then that finished. I was like, okay, what's next? Okay, professional's next. And so I would just keep climbing the ladder until there's no more ladder to climb, in a way. Wearing Team Canada, wearing the maple leaf would be definitely, it's been a goal of mine. It's been something that I've been striving for years now, and I think over the next couple of years, if I continue to train at LPS too and keep getting stronger, I think that's definitely something that's achievable. I mean, one can hope so. Some advice I think my younger self and younger athletes, I think, is really important, is surround yourself with the right people. That's a big one, whether it's your training, your family, your friends, coaches, people that really care about you, having the people behind you that support you, and it makes your journey a lot more enjoyable whenever you have the right people around you, and you get the results that you want. And the the work that you put in is what you get out of it. So whenever you have people that are teaching you the right things, that are supporting you in the proper ways, it just makes, reaching your goals that much, I don't want to say easier, but it's a smoother sailing journey whenever, you're in the right mindset in that way.